Hey everyone, welcome back. Now it's been a little bit of time since did the last video showcasing some of the Mustangs that I was going to be working on. Now I've still been working on those here and there, but for the time being, I've been working on a couple other projects. Like for a while, throughout back in May, working on this Revell 1990 Mustang LX. Now this one here is the 2-in-1 kit, which features either stock configuration or you can build it up to be the California Highway Patrol version, which includes the police stickers, light bar, and a few other accessories. So that's quite an old release compared to the more modern the dragster version that came out a few years ago. So pretty much been working with this. Now, when I was putting this together, ended up making a bit of smudge marks on both back windows. So wasn't too happy about that, but have pretty much have it all done here, so it's not exactly a showpiece per se. But so it's more of a case just get some done out in the works. And of course, not being able to build this car was quite a fun little experience. Nothing too crazy about it. Let's see if we can get if the hood will come off nicely. Yeah, here we go. There's the engine bay. Didn't do anything too crazy with it. Just your standard with the 5-liter. Of course, got the underside as well. Painted transmission, full length exhaust. And so overall, pretty decent little build. Of course, since probably few and far between trying to find another one of these to build a stock configuration car. And then for the back windows, I didn't actually tint these. These were, well, I did tint them, but these weren't using just blackout material. It was more just take some window tint paint, spray the back sides of them so that it darkens up. So yeah, pretty much. So that's pretty much how that went together. And then of course another project that I did end up getting not too long ago did pick up the AMT Mustang 2 kit. This being the 63 concept car. Started working on this a little bit. It's quite a unique little kit. Got quite a lot of features. Now originally I been trying to find the Lindbergh version of this kit, which was the original version that was quite common in the 90s. There was also the IMC version, I believe, of this kit, though that one's more few and far between. So yeah, so that's something else been playing around a little bit. And then getting back onto some of the big stuff. Got here the 1/16 scale Mustang that has been in the works for a little bit. Got it finally all painted up now, and do have the doors here. Now, originally I was going to go for a more modern restoration look, so had the car originally painted in red, so had that together, but I used a standard black base coat, and once it dried nicely, but there were a few areas where the base coat didn't fully cure. So there were a few sections around the edges where the top coat was essentially peeling off, so wasn't too happy about that, so get the paint stripped off. That ended up taking about a good 2-3 weeks to get dealt with, as the top coat I was using was a duplicolor paint, so that was quite a procedure to get all that paint off. So a little bit of rushing, get the paint done. Okay, whatever. Then painted it, went ahead, painted it again. I ended up having it where the entire thing started to flake off, and a lot of the paint started to wrinkle quite badly, so had to throw it in, strip the paint again, so wasn't didn't want to waste a lot of the red paint that I had left, so ended up going for this more teal green kind of blue color, which I feel looks pretty nice, quite an accurate representation to the era. So pretty much just got a little bit of a test fit here with the chassis and interior. Been curious to, not quite sure on how I was going to put the interior together or what I was going to do with it. So pretty much for the time being, took the interior out of the donor kit, which is a little bit dusty. I'm sure it'll clean up fine. So here it's just more like a silver interior with black carpet and seats. Glue's been coming a little bit undone from the steering column, so kind of sits in the driver's lap. So be more of a case, get that properly glued up in place so the driver has much more comfier sitting position. More folding seats. And then let's see here. Got the one of the interior panels that I have nearby. So when I have pretty much keeping everything together, and so far it's gone together quite nicely. And with the door panels, all it pretty much is that they just slide together, have the back lip here for the outer half of the door, where pretty much where you have the door handle release and side mirror and window vents installed. So that's been coming along quite nice. Yeah, coming along quite nicely. Nothing really too problematic either than the paint. And for the engine, pretty much have paint put together here. Pretty much just building it as the stock configuration of the 289. Pretty much just painted up the bell housing, transmission cover, distributor, and the carburetors. Painted up alternator as well. So all it really is get the exhaust put in as it's involves quite a few pieces actually to put together. Primarily the exhaust ports, header 1 and 2, and then the same thing on the other side, and then of course put the air cleaner over top. So overall that's looking pretty good. And got the frame here, nothing hugely done to it. I did find the rear or the front sway bars. Didn't have these put in when I painted the chassis, which I thought wasn't going to be too much of an issue, but having it installed now was quite the challenge after having the spindles and steering linkage hooked up. So that's basically how that's been going. But overall, it's not too bad. And similarly to let's see, get these put together now. The donor card that I have for this has been coming in quite handy, as it's been more of a template to see how the car goes together and then test fit everything, see how it all goes. And then let's see here, got this driver's side, pretty much, slide that on. There we go. It's not quite, needs a little bit of persuasion, but overall not too bad for panel fitment. Of course, being loose for right now, it's not exactly gonna be perfect. So put that to the side over there. Then got the 125th scale or 124 scale monogram 64.5 Mustang. This did go ahead and put some of the stickers on for the Indianapolis 500 pace car version. Now, the stickers on, or the decals on here, are quite yellowed, so didn't really think about that after applying them. But of course, not too much of a concern. To get the engine installed currently, it's currently just sitting temporarily in place, as still need to get the front cross member and rear axle installed. So pretty much using that as a little bit of test fitting, getting everything together. Then it's just a case of getting the dashboard and windshield installed, which I do have somewhere here. Oh yes. So got the dash here. Just have to paint the top part blue to go along with the racing stripe, to match the racing stripe on the hood. So that will all just go in. Let's get this put in. I'll worry about. Could probably worry about that sometime later if I can't get this. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go. It's all put together. Paint job on here. Did go ahead and actually paint the body, which is a more darker white than, of course, the clear or the white molded plastic. So got that dealt with. Then of course got both headlights in, grille, and the rear valence panels. And got the roof, got the convertible roof, along with the boot cover. So that'll look something like that when it's all put together. Then being able to swap everything out is quite easy to do. Might go in there, take the silver Sharpie, touch up some of the accent trim, insert the center console, might paint the carpets up. Yeah, so overall it's turning out quite nicely. And yeah, so that's pretty much what's been going on. And now I do have. Then I was also given a fourth project to take care of, as one of my work buddies. He was once trying to get into the starting to do scale model building, as he thought it would be something interesting, but because of the kind of the precision needed for a beginner, he really didn't feel the connection to the hobby. So the kit that he tried working on that I was provided was the Revell 672 Bronco. Now this one here was just the standard release from a couple years ago. Not the so still has the uncut arches, and then just basic parts. So not quite the Bill Strop Baja Bronco, or even the half cab version. So it's been a little bit something playing around with to get. Let's see if I can get pieces in. Yeah, worry about later. Deal with it later. But yeah, I've got the interior together. Now I have built the Bronco kit before, but this was quite a while ago, and one of the things I wasn't sure about was the decal sheet has these mesh decals, which I originally thought were for the windows, as it was the Baja Bronco, so thought these were like window covers. But found out later on these were actually for the seats. So they're just seat inserts. So pretty much did that properly, how it's supposed to go together. And while, let's see, I do have the chassis here a little bit mostly put together, sitting nice and square. did have an extra trailer hitch sitting in the parts collection, so took that out and figured while at it, might as well start building up the trailer for the Doom Buggy trailer, as that's also among the mini kits that I've got. So pretty much the plan is build up, pretty much have the Doom Buggy trailer hooked up behind the truck. So be something take it out into the bush or even out to the sand dunes. Yeah, so overall, that's pretty much what I've been working on for the last essentially month now. Been kind of hoping to have more videos dealt with, but with a bunch of the delays I was facing, there really wasn't a huge amount of material worth showing or talking about. So now that I've got some more stuff dealt with, seemed like a good time to get caught up on video plans. And I'm sure there's going to be some more projects coming up in the near future. Though it's more a matter of time when I get around to actually filming everything. Yeah, so yeah, I got the got the interior here. Be a case just sit it on the chassis, move it around, play around with it a little bit. There we go. We'll get the tabs lined up with the body. There we go. Sits a little bit, body sits a little bit high on the frame, but overall doesn't look too bad. In case get the topper on. Of course, we'll have to get the side windows and windshield panel installed. So let's see. That's about as close as it's going to get. So that's pretty much how all that's coming along. Yeah, so quite pleased with the process on everything. Still quite a lot more to go. So just a little bit of a quick update on what's been going around. Yeah, so that being said, that's probably going to be doing it for this episode. So, yeah, of course, thanks for watching, and hopefully see you next time.